Stranger is a newly released horror game that includes a feature with the potential to increase the replayability of single-player horror games in a unique way. Most horror games don't hold up as well on a second or third playthrough because there's less suspense when players know what will happen. That's why the options that Stranger includes can keep the game interesting and are impressive since the game is made by a solo developer. Stranger is a single-player horror game where the player needs to survive the night against a stranger who is trying to break into their house by using 2 regular locks and 1 permanent lock on the windows. Stranger has some horror elements from Five Nights at Freddy's, namely that the player has to make it until 6 a.m. to successfully pass the level. Checking the windows might feel like checking the security cameras in FNAF, but there's more tension and suspense to complement the jump scares through the use of sound effects. The premise of Stranger is simple enough, but it can be rather stressful in practice. Since there isn't a set pattern in which the stranger will go from window to window, players need to pay attention to sound and make use of limited glances outside because the stranger moves faster the longer the player looks at them. In addition to the inspiration from FNAF, the multiple houses to choose from as maps gives Stranger the feeling of Phasmophobia's anniversary single-player feature. Stranger makes the most of map customization when going into the game. Stranger gives the players to simply play the standard nights or a custom night. As an extra surprise, the sliders in the custom night menu don't tell players which aspect they change the difficulty of, and players are warned that some combinations might end up being unbeatable. Then, players are also able to choose which house and setting they'd like to use before starting their night of survival against a masker stranger. Stranger combines elements from various horror games to create a new experience and adjust some of those elements to make them more unique. Similar to the sanity effects from frictional games Amnesia, The Dark Descent, staring at the stranger will darken the player's screen as the character begins to pass out, and then it adds on the effect that the stranger will move faster after the player looks at them. Unlike Amnesia, however, Stranger keeps the story simple and more akin to FNAF. The emphasis on customization means that there could be plenty of patches with new content for Stranger in the future.